Coach, your thoughts on today's game?
Well, it was a really, I'm glad we scheduled it. I'm glad we had it. What a great fan turnout and for both teams. And it was a great local match. Fresno Pacific, good team. They played us really tough. They didn't make a lot of unforced errors, so we had to earn our points. And at this point of the season, we needed that. You know, we've come off, our confidence was really low, and everybody saw that in the first 8 points of the game. But once we worked through that, I think we started finding something. Excuse me. And we had 4 freshmen out there to start, and 2 sophomores, I think, maybe 1 junior. And so looking out there, I'm going, oh, this is an inexperienced team. They worked through a lot, and I thought they played really hard.
You guys started off trailing 6-0. What did you tell your team after that made them all of a sudden turn it up?
I knew we just needed to score a point. It was just, you know, we didn't have Macy Murdoch last weekend. She's really important to us. She's the only senior that we really start and has a lot of match experience. And so, like I said, our confidence was just kind of low. So we had to score a point and get Macy out there, and then they realized, okay, we're okay again. And so it just took a little time, but we figured it out.
Speaking of Macy, she had a career high 15 kills. So how big was her play?
I mean, we have to have her. You know, it's going to be hard. She has to work through a lot of injuries to get out here, but we have to have her this season. So I hope she can stay out here. We need her. She's key. She'll block balls. She works. She's really aggressive at the net. So she did great tonight.
Going into conference play, what do you hope to see improving going forward?
Well, we're going to hit some peaks and valleys. I mean, we're going to play really tough teams. A lot of teams in our conference have, they're very seasoned. They have, you know, we're playing a team in the top 8 in the country all the way, you know, down to a team that I think is probably comparable to Fresno Pacific. And so there's going to be a range, but all good teams, all tough. So with this many new players, you never know what you're going to face, but we're going to try and get better every weekend.
Brooke had 41 assists today, a team at 270. Rate her play today.
She did really well. You know, it's been a struggle trying to find our quarterback over the last 4 or 5 weeks, and you know, Brooke's a sophomore. She has a lot to learn, and she's trying to become a leader. So there's been ups and downs, but I thought tonight she played with more confidence and went for it. And I thought she distributed the ball really well. So she did good, and we're going to build on that.
Serving is always something that you try to improve upon. Can you read the serving tonight and how that went for the team?
It wasn't so good. Serving was inconsistent, but we're doing things a little different. We had different people staying in all the way and having to serve. So we had Lauren Torres, a freshman, who clearly doesn't have a lot of confidence from the back line. We had Carly Scarborough. It was the first time we've played her all the way around. So we had people that hadn't really done it before, and you know, it's a nerve-wracking kind of thing. It's the most simple part of our sport, but it's also has a lot of pressure to it. So I think we're just really up and down there.
Coach, what's this game mean to you, as not with crosstown rivalry and all that, but knowing that after this it's just straight into Mountain West play?
Well, it was such an important match, and Fresno Pacific is a good, solid team, you know, and they made us earn every point. And so it was really important that we win this match, number one, and that we get a little bit of confidence and momentum going into Mountain West. Mountain West is a daunting conference this year, really seasoned, so going in with 4 starting freshmen is a little, it's going to be interesting, you know, and I think we'll have some ups and downs, but I like who we have right now. Inexperienced or not, they play really, really hard, so that's what we're looking to do.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you started the match, and I know unforced errors really killed your team this past weekend, and it seemed like that was going to take the course right early on, but then I noticed you told your players, hey, slow it down, take it down a notch, and it seemed that from that point on, they set the tempo of the game. Is that what you're trying to get your younger players to work on?
Yeah, you know, coming off of yesterday's or last weekend's matches, without Macy, our team's confidence was too low. We just didn't have any experienced players out there, and we're playing against very good teams. And so coming off of that, you just saw how nervous they were. And then my freshmen haven't played in front of this big of a crowd, so it was just a lot of nerves and a lot to take in. I knew once they scored 1 point, they would relax a little bit. And then the run we came back was very hard to do, so that was impressive.
It seems like that's all it took was that 1 point.
Yeah. That's confidence for you, yeah. And in our sport, everybody depends on everybody. You can't. If you got one player playing well, it doesn't matter because you've got to have 3 people touching the ball each time. So you got to have enough people that have the confidence to do it.
And speaking of Macy, how is her leadership going into the, obviously it's a young team, but you know her leadership, she's always on the court. She's one of the tallest ones there, but the biggest factor. So is her leadership very important going into this conference?
Of course, like I said, she's the only starter who has, she's our only senior that's starting, and she's the only starter that has years of experience behind her. So she's really important, and we've done without her for, last weekend, and then it's been sporadic. She hasn't practiced in 8 days, so for her to come out and play as well as she did was really good.
Awesome. And then can I ask if Zane? Does she have like a broken thumb, or is that just a wrap on it? Or?
I won't comment on what's going on with her, but she's okay.
Yeah.
She's fine.
I mean, she killed that 3rd set. So
yeah.
I mean, I was
She'll
just
get used to it.
I didn't realize she had a wrap one until the set was almost over.
Yeah.
I was like,
She did well. She worked through it.
awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
See you guys.